Good morning, everyone. At least morning here in Israel. This video is going to be uploaded the moment I finish making it. No editing for this video. And it's very important for me to bring up something that I saw the other day, which really bothered me, which is the projections towards the Aviv search and what these projections actually mean. Unfortunately, last year, like in 2016, there was a dispute over was Aviv found or not. I was of the group that said that Aviv was not found early and we had to add another month. And it's important for me to point out that even though there was a dispute last year, this year there should not be a dispute, which means that the chances of finding Aviv at the end of what the other group understands as being a 12th month, which is about next week or a week and a half from now, is not really going to be a time for finding Aviv. No one's going to go out to look for Aviv. And therefore, any projections that you hear of that talk about finding Aviv at the beginning of March or anything are going to be completely incorrect. And this is very important to point out, because people are sitting there and everyone's waiting, and we hear these projections, and these projections are very misleading. So I beg of you, don't pay attention to these projections. These projections are based on a lot of hypotheticals. And the fact remains that, for example, even in 2016, where everything kind of pretty much exploded, the next year, the other group went out and admitted they didn't find Aviv at the end of February, beginning of March. So it's important to understand that there's not going to be an Aviv, there should not be an Aviv search at the end of the 11th month or the 12th month for the other group, because it's not going to happen. There's not going to be any Aviv. Right now, it's raining here in Israel. We're still in winter. And these projections are extremely misleading. And I saw responses, people saying, oh, there's going to be Aviv early March. And the answer is no, there's not going to be Aviv early March. It's not going to happen. And it's very important to be careful with these projections. I'm personally hoping to do an Aviv search at the end of the 12th month of the correct sighting of the Aviv. And I point out correct because we are arguing over what's accurate here. Last year, yes, I put up a video that said, look, you have to make your own decision and so on. And in this past year, I wrote a very important paper on the calendar, and there were a lot of interesting details that came up. And I did this actually under a well-renowned professor on the field that has written a lot about this subject, and we've had discussions about this as well. And he has a few other details that I'm discussing with him right now, even after I already gave the paper in and received my grade. But it's very important to understand that there are very specific cycles in nature, and no matter what you do, if the previous year you add a month, unless there's a really unusual abnormality in nature, you're not going to find Aviv 12 months later. Well, actually, you will find Aviv 12 months later if you added a month, but you will not find Aviv 11 months later, which means that no matter what you do, you're always going to add a 13th month. So this year, as far as I know, and this is from a communication I had with one of the leaders of the other group, he openly admitted, and I hope I'm not offensive by bringing up this piece of information, but he openly admitted that the chances of finding Aviv now will be very low. I hope I'm not misquoting him either, and I hope it's okay that I did this. But what he wrote to me is, I think, 100% accurate. There's not going to be Aviv, and therefore you have to wait another month, no matter what you do. So for us, it will be a 12th month, for them it will be a 13th month, but there's not going to be any Aviv in the upcoming week or two. So don't misunderstand these projections. And you have to be very careful with this type of information when you publish it. So be very careful. Even if you get it from a credible source, it's quite possible this credible source is only trying to show, look, if this would happen, if that will happen, and so on. But the reality is right now it's raining, it's cold outside. And this also means that when we actually reach the end of the 12th month, we're probably going to find much larger quantities of barley, because it's also been a very good year of rain. So hopefully we'll find larger fields with much more clarity, because last year, like it happens sometimes, was unclear because of the weather. In any case, I hope everyone has a wonderful day and a great week. Kol Tov.